So sometimes because these moments can be a little bit sort of fraught, would you ever have, would it be a good idea to have an idea of what to say if someone was to say something like that?
In terms of if
a comment that, if you're at the school gate,
yeah,
in that sort of situation, so it might be somebody that's that you don't feel comfortable enough sharing with them, like how if someone approached you and sort of said, I've noticed that you know, so and so is looking particularly thin. Are they okay?
Yeah, and say, oh, thanks for your concern. Yeah, we've got this covered. Yeah, we're getting, you know, if you want, again, you keep it short if it's not somebody that you want to engage with.
Yes.
It's like, I think you've got to acknowledge, you know, it's good that they're approaching you in a way, you know, and saying, I'm worried about your child and have you noticed this? And you know, we have this analogy where we know that we call it the boiling frog analogy, where you know, things can, if you put, it's a terrible analogy, but if you put a frog in boiling water, it leaps out again. But if you put it in water and turn it up slowly, it will boil to death. And it's kind of this idea that things can happen in the household that you don't see. We've talked about how secretive eating disorders are, and so, you know, you don't always see what's right in front of you.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
I kind of appreciate if somebody's coming up and saying, is your kid okay? It's like, yeah, and I think that's good on them for bringing it up, because they want to make sure that you do know and that you have seen it. And so maybe you might have an initial flare of anger, how dare you say that about my child, but if you can flip it around a bit and say, yeah, thank you for your concern, we're getting help, and yeah, thank you for raising that with me.
And I think it's probably good as well to be a little bit sort of, to have sometimes those sort of ideas in your head that when you may not be prepared for something.
Yes.
And just
think
eases that sort of.
That's right, being prepared. I think for both
anxiety.
parents and young people, having things to
Absolutely.
say, have some phrase, brainstorm some phrases. What are you going to say when that person next to you at school is dieting? You know, you know, and is starting to restrict their eating and they do say, I'm eating so much more than everybody else. And it's like, yeah, and that's what you need for recovery. Acknowledge, I know it's hard, and I know you're eating more than others, but it's what your body needs right now.
Yeah.
And then help them find, if people are commenting, things to say back. And just say, yeah, this is what I have to do right now. It's just what I need to get back to my sport, or, you know, this is, and so finding ways to defer.
Yeah.
Yeah.